Good morning, everybody. And it is beautiful today, Reg. Beautiful day in June. It's the middle of June, and this time of year, there's a couple tasks. Now, I love gardening in every month, but when you finally get through March, April, May, get all your seedlings done and all your plants planted, June just feels like a vacation. But you don't sleep during June because there's still a few tasks. And number one is you want to be feeding your roses. If you have roses that repeat bloom like I do, you want to give them some fertilizer. And the other thing you can do with whatever rose fertilizer you have is our clematis. They are big feeders, and I use rose tone, but any rose fertilizer will work on your clematis, and also your hydrangeas. Yeah, any woody shrub that blooms. So anyhow, I have given all my clematis a handful of rose fertilizer, watered them in, and you can see even here with Carnaby, the pink and purple, white clematis, you can see all the new buds at the top. So they're going to bloom for me pretty much all season. And my roses will have another flush, and I'll show you which roses I fertilized. But I'll leave my fertilizer up here because I did this all off camera. I just take a handful, throw it on the roots, water it in, so it's so simple. So let's walk down here. The other things you can be doing this time of year in the garden in June is any spring bloomer, you need to be cleaning it up, trimming it back, give it a nice healthy look. I don't know, Reg, if you can see, but H.F. Young, that's the clematis I planted when you first built that beautiful fence, and it looks lovely against the painted fern back there. I don't think I had a bloom when we put it in there, but look at that deep purple. It's not even purple. What color would you call that? Magenta. Brings the magenta out of that painted fern. Anyhow, that's always exciting to see the blooms come. But down here, this is what the garden this time of morning is wonderful. This is my scented geraniums, and they all had spent blooms, cut those back. It's not hard stuff. But the other big task or chore I did this week was the compost pile. If you have a small garden and a small compost pile, you need to be turning it at least once a month now that it's warming up. And I do use...
Plus it's been wet.
It's been so wet, and we're going to have some dry weather, which makes me happy because things were so wet that we needed to get it turned. So I want to show you the after because the before, it didn't take long, and I did it on nice cool. Oh wait, let me show you how nice my morning glory vine's doing. This is what I wanted to do: take over, soften the compost pile along with Raguchi. Raguchi is blooming like crazy. I fed Raguchi to make certain it just keeps blooming and blooming and blooming with these lovely down-facing blooms. I love it. And then to have my morning glory, it's going to be glorious. So back here is...
That was a real bad pun.
I know. This is the after. And I love getting it turned. I saw lots of worms. I've already started throwing, more stuff on top of it. And I think this is a squash plant. I'm going to let it grow and see what develops. That's just what we gardeners do. If something pops up on its own, we like to keep it. And, talking about self-seeding, I want to show you something that I'm going to keep in my walkway because I don't think I ever showed you guys. I have started planting like creeping thyme in among my rocks in the pathway, and it's right over here. So I planted this. I don't know when I put these 3 little thymes out, but I'm hoping it'll
probably 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago. So it has a pretty little bloom on it when it's blooming, but it's not about that. I'm trying to maybe give some control, and maybe that'll take care of not having to weed so much, although I don't weed that much. But the other thing that is self-seeding here is my Verbena bonariensis. I had it in here one time in this bed, and it is coming up.
Again?
Verbena bonariensis.
Point it out which one.
Oh, it's this. It's this.
Oh.
Now, you guys know it'll get a little tall, but it stands so erect without falling over. I'm going to see how much I like it growing up in these rocks. It may make it look too wild.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe.
a little wild. The other thing I'm going to point out is Easter lilies, Reg. Finally, I have been taking Easter lilies from church, from the back of the church, whenever they're done with them, and I'm getting some color right here in among the yarrow, but also back in the center garden. The other thing that I love to do, which is, my daylilies, you're going to start seeing little pops of color. For me, it's like opening a present when I wake up this time of year to see the first bloom. This won't be spectacular, but there will be a spectacular tour when they're all in bloom. But what I love is trying to remember the names. Etched Eyes, Tom Wise. Over here is
Well, that's why you put tags on them, right?
yeah, but I'm trying to remember without looking at the tags. This is Warmest Regards. The other thing I love to do in the morning is to walk through and deadhead, pinch off the blooms, spent blooms from yesterday, because then it makes the plant look so much prettier. And if you have daylilies, this is what makes them look prettier. Already, when this comes out today, it'll be so much nicer. And I tell you, Barb did a good thing giving me Rose Campion, and I
Yeah,
think
that's a noticeable plant from all around the
I know,
garden.
and I think it came with this
Coneflower?
coneflower, because it's growing right beside there. I don't think I ever planted it there. I love, 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 love self seeders like the ones behind you. Um, I love it when they come up and I didn't have to work at it.
What's that
But
big white clump there in the middle of the garden?
that's Mozart. But if
Is she asleep?
Wendy, when you watch this, I hope you're watching, Wendy from Maryland. But look what I have here, Raj.
Wait a minute.
You
Hang
got to
on.
get up close and personal. This is Silene vulgaris, people. It's faded. I have a better picture. I'll put it on the screen of when it's in bloom. I couldn't believe from how tiny those seeds were and how long it took them to germinate in the house, and to only get one plant, that it's going to be beautiful. This beautiful white little fairy looking flower that thanks to Wendy, get those off me or I'm going to be stained. The other thing, look at this. Back in here, I have a bloom. I can't wait till this takes over the whole pergola. But back in here, I have all kinds of Easter white lilies, and I can't think of their real name, and that's okay. But they haven't gotten stepped on. I did throw a little coleus back in there. The other thing, and we don't have to, I keep jumping around, but I don't know, that was supposed to be Henry, this clematis that's now over there that's got this wonderful leaf structure in purple. I don't know what happened, but it's a beautiful clematis. Again, let your gardens do whatever they want to do. This, oh, back here is Spidey Man. Oh, I tell you, Spidey Man came from Bergen. Bergen, Bergen, Bergen. Bergen was such a gardener. I miss her so much. But Spidey Man, I just love him. I'm going on and on about the daylilies, and I'll stop. I get excited because it is just a beautiful display every day when you get to see them. This is heaven all day, and I don't see one coming out today. Yeah, every flower brings up a memory, be it good or bad. But the rest of the garden just looks fantastic, and I can just sit and rest. I can
But you
actually
don't sit and rest.
no, but I can sit in this garden, and let me tell you guys, in the next for the next several days, our house is going to be full of family and friends, and I bet I get to sit and enjoy my garden more than ever on that river deck. It could be adult beverages on the little bench there. And between now and probably the end of August, I can just enjoy it, enjoy the blooms, cut a little bouquets. So it's going to be restful. And let me know if you think that June becomes your time of rest. It does for me. So Thanks for watching Gardening on the West Fork, showing you a few tasks to get done, but not that much work. So we'll see you the next time.